fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, Yozuri, Evinrude, Lama Glass, and the Star Island Yacht Club in Montauk, New York.
I'm Jim Hutchinson with a New Jersey, Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. And we start this week's video forecast paying a little respect to a less than respectable summer flounder season here at the Jersey Shore. Came to an end this past Saturday. So of course, while Delaware anglers continue floundering about without any closure in sight, New Jersey anglers have tucked away the Fluke rigs until 2020, which I hope will be a much better season than what we had this year. So yes, hate to see you go, Fluke season, but I can't say that we're going to miss you too much. Not what you gave us in 2019. And in terms of filling coolers at this point, since the summer flounder season in New Jersey ended this past Saturday, it looks like a lot of boats are focused on porgies, particularly in the central and North Jersey area where the porgy bite always seems to be a little bit better. Now out of Belmar, for example, you have folks like the Skylarker on the porgy pounding immediately following Saturday's Fluke closure. In fact, Phoenix Strikers here had a 3.2 pound slab this week fishing with Captain Spinelli. Meanwhile, Captain Ralph on the Last Lady, also out of Shark River on the other side in Neptune. He said to me, the crew was kept busy on the voyage home earlier this week, cleaning endless porgies that were caught by crew fishing there. Of course, in addition to the porgies, and this stretches out through more of New Jersey down into Central and South Jersey as well, you have other items on the menu. Blackfish, that one single blackfish that we have until November. Plenty of triggerfish. And Chris Lito, he said it was a mixed bag on the Jamaica 2 this week. He was out there having some fun with the albies, bluefish, bonito, and Spanish mackerel. Now, Chris offered some good advice I will pass along to you. You get some of those bonito, make sure before you put them in the cooler, bleed them immediately. Cut their gills, bleed them out. But I'll tell you, fresh bonito is fantastic. It's great on the grill, and it's especially good sashimi style. What I like to do is flash freeze that when I get home for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then it's easier to slice into nice thin layers. Wasabi, ginger, I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Now, our October edition of the Fisherman magazine is out this week. It'll have the entire list of the boats that are sailing and what they're sailing for throughout the month of October, listed all the way from the Raritan on down to Delaware Bay. Of course, black sea bass, that's another one that another option you Delawareans never have to worry about closing. But here in New Jersey, we've got just a little more than a week to go before that October 8th opening on black sea bass. And again, in that October edition of the Fisherman magazine, look for your boat. Do it as soon as that magazine comes in, because I imagine that first couple of weeks, those hungry sea bass are going to be targeted rather heavily by guys who have been waiting for quite a while. It'll tell you where to turn for those party boats. There's also a great article on beach driving. I just got a brand new truck myself, a new GMC Canyon. Looking forward to taking on the beach. But if you're new to the beach driving scene, pick up that October edition. Get some great details on beach driving, what you need to bring. You'll also want to follow along with the recommendations from the NJBBA. Visit their website as well. Plenty of surf tournaments coming up. Surf-wise, I think we need a few more northwesterly days to cool the ocean, that surface water temperature, push that warm water off, get that cold water upwelling, and of course that northwest wind, we get that in a sustained way for a couple of days. That'll push the bait. A lot of bait, mullet, peanut bunker in the back, in the rivers and estuaries. We got to get that out and along the front. So surf-wise, this time of year, I prefer to keep it light and long. Personally, I use a medium 10-foot Tsunami Trophy Distance Series. It's a nice rod for being able to switch back and forth between those stubby plastics or the stubby metal lips if I'm trying to fish in the wash, and also throwing on some of those metals to get some of those surf pelagics. False albacore popping up and down along the beaches, and I'm hoping we'll get another good bonito run along the central Jersey coast through the month of October, just like we did last year. Outback, Manasquan, I mentioned it, Barnegat, Great Bay, all along the back bays and estuaries in Cape May, loaded with bait. And I'll tell you, those weak fish and striped bass are back there getting fat. In fact, David Absecon Bay said he's been finding some folks, some nice slot side stripers on his recent charters. So again, there are some bass in the back bays. Might want to work those sedges and sod banks with the Stillwater Smack It Juniors. and of course the plastics will do well. And again, those weak fish are back there as well. But I think everybody's really waiting for that striper run to catch fire. In fact, this week I plan to do something a little different striper-wise. Tony Maja Jr. and I are heading out west. We're going to try to do some Maja bunker spooning for landlocked striped bass in the Poconos. Can't wait to let folks know how we did. Got an article planned on this if it works out, and also some video footage. But we're going to be relying on my friend to guide us on some fish. We're going to be guided by George, the Pocono Outdoors guy.
Well, hey, thanks, Jim. You know, the calendar officially says fall now, but the weather's still playing a little bit of games. Temperatures in the 90s this week, and water temperatures are still up, but it won't be too much longer, and those fish will be staging up in those points and coves, getting ready for that fall assault on the bait fish. Now, I was talking with local expert Eric Goodstall, and he's still out slaying bass with a spinner bait, so the action's still good. We agree all we need is a couple of really cold nights, and that bite is really going to explode. Now, guys, don't forget, get into that catfish action. You can get in the Susquehanna and the Delaware. Those flatheads are really biting strong. This is the best time of year to go after those big old flatheads. So, guys, get out, go get them wet. From Pennsylvania, I'm George, your Pocono Outdoors guy.
Heading back to the east, this is a great time of year to head offshore to the edge. The overnight chunking for yellowfin and swordfish, day trolling for big eye and longfin. And it's been a terrific season again for mahi, mid-range and offshore as well. A beautiful underwater shot from my friend Roger Muller here. A lot of crystal clear water, that tropical water. That's what you'll find outside if you're able to get offshore. Now, weather-wise, the midweek forecast offshore from the Hudson to the Baltimore from NOAA shows things are cleaning up nicely after that last tropical system that just passed us this week left us with some big swells inshore and out along the beaches. But Saturday into Sunday looks terrific as of midweek. So a trip to the canyons may be a good bet for you this weekend ahead. Another good bet is fall pricing on a brand new boat. I'm here at DNR Boats doing a little tire kicking myself on the Steiger 28 DV. Gotta love that Steiger. Hope you're in that Dreamboat competition. But this weekend, DNR Boat World is having demo days at the Brick location here, Brennan Marine, right off of Route 70. Boats in the water this weekend for you to try out include the Robalo, Crown Line, the Steiger here, and the 34 Buddy Davis. Now, you're going to have to call beforehand for an appointment because these are going to fill up. But you can give Jim a call for your test drive, 732-840-2020, 732-840-2020. Again, they're at 831 Route 70 East at Brennan Boat Company, right here on the Matitaconk. Looks like it'll be a great weekend to get out on the rivers and give a test drive. Good luck. Catch him up this weekend. Can't wait to let you know how I do with George, our Pocono Outdoors guy. But we'll see you again next week right here at thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steiger Craft Evinrude Lowrance Grand Prize Boat Package and more in the Fisherman's 2019 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Get the details now at thefisherman.com.